Counterfeit or fake products appear in virtually everything from foodstuffs, medication, and electronics, just to mention a few. Hello and welcome to Business Brief. I am Makanaka Masenyama. On this program, we're going to discuss the mushrooming of counterfeit products in Zimbabwe and their effects on the country's economy and health of citizens. Zimbabwe has become a haven of counterfeit and smuggled goods despite efforts by the government to curb the illicit trade. An anti-counterfeit watchdog, the AntiCounterfeit, has created a formidable voice for both the consumers and genuine business brands in the fight against copyright and intellectual property crime, including counterfeit, fake, and illicit goods. In today's show, we have Miss Betty Mapwashike, the Executive Director of the watchdog AntiCounterfeit, to tell us more of fake products in Zimbabwe and their effects on the country's economy.
AntiCounterfeit Watchdog Zimbabwe is a non-profit organization that is passionate about fighting all forms of intellectual property crime, including the illicit, counterfeit and fake products trade. We are a member of the Global Anti-Counterfeit Group, GACG. We intend to be a formidable voice of both the consumer and brand business owners through strong partnerships with the business community and consumers, government organizations, local and international partners to fight against all forms of copyright and intellectual property crime. Because IP crime has a negative impact on businesses, the economy, and affects the health and safety of consumers, our organization, being independent, is better placed to take a firm stand against counterfeit products. Counterfeited, looking at your foodstuffs, your beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, your medical drugs, your chemicals, your perfumes, dairy anything, basically any product can be counterfeited. I think in the media, in the past, we've seen reports of fake alcoholic beverages like your Johnny Walker, your Tukis, your Jameson, etc. Agricultural seeds, fertilizers, are being counterfeited and being manufactured in Zimbabwe. This is because of the socio-economic pressures that continue to create in our nation, that continue to create a conducive environment for criminals who take advantage of the laissez-faire attitude of brand owners, lack of information on the part of consumers, and some kind of laxity maybe on enforcement agencies to manufacture and sell vast quantities of fake products. Sadly, most people do not understand what fake products actually mean to their health or life. Fake products are usually of poor or substandard quality with unknown ingredients, which may be dangerous to your health or even cause you to lose your life. For instance, in the case of alcoholic beverages, genuine brands distillation takes many weeks or months with natural ingredients and strict quality controls. But on fake manufacturers, they cut down on the distillation process, and they can even mix water with other chemicals like pesticides or methanol, which is found in solvents and cleaners. Imbibers get similar short-term effects of feeling tipsy after drinking these kinds of chemicals, but it's extremely dangerous. Side effects can include nausea and vomiting, kidney and liver problems, blindness, and even death. The same applies to medical drugs. We see many people avoiding the legitimate healthcare system due to either embarrassment of the underlying health condition or merely a desire for cheaper alternatives, seeing healthcare is now costly to the average Zimbabwean person and drugs also cost a lot. Consumers are unaware that these products are counterfeits. If it's cheaper, they will go for that product. But these counterfeits are highly dangerous, which means the consumer will place their lives at risk. Cheaper alternatives cost more and they cost lives. These illicit drugs are detrimental to one's health as they contain contaminants and inaccurate amounts of active ingredients which may harm consumers directly without warning. In some instances, the effects of these hazardous drugs may not be felt until much later in life, and someone might not even understand where their health problem is coming from. To illustrate the severity of counterfeit products, the International Policy Network estimates that globally 700,000 deaths a year are caused by fake malaria and tuberculosis drugs. And according to the World Health Organization, Africa accounts for about 100,000 deaths per year as a result of counterfeit drugs, such as fake anti-malarial drugs, antibiotics, and what are called as SSFFCs, which are basically substandard, spurious, falsely labeled, falsified, counterfeit medical products. ZIMRA is doing a good job manning our border posts and making sure the government gets its revenues through imports of products. But sadly, the length and breadth of our borders are not adequately manned due to maybe lack of manpower and resources as a nation. This means most products can be smuggled through some border points, not the actual border posts, and even some products can actually pass through the border posts because of corruption without meaningful scrutiny. Recently, Zimbabwe was awash with fake whiskey passing through customs as one pays the required duties, fake products pass through because they may be mislabeled. As a nation, we do not have anti-counterfeit regulations save for some acts and bills that deal with specific areas of IP protection. For example, the Trademark and Neighboring Act, the Health Act, the Consumer Protection Bill, in a way offer some protection, but they are not exhaustive. Other developed nations have strict laws that punish importers, manufacturers, and traders of counterfeit products. Counterfeit trade is a scourge to any nation. It creates an illicit economy which siphons off tax revenues and jobs from the formal economy. And for a nation like Zimbabwe, with our high unemployment rates, it does not make sense to allow counterfeiters to even, destroy any chances of legitimate businesses offering employment opportunities to our nation. This has a drastic effect on government revenues, competes against legitimate brand owners, thereby eroding sales of legitimate businesses. The proliferation of fake products reduces market share drastically, leading to losses of jobs and even company closures. Most reputable brands owners are facing steep competition from the unfair counterfeit traders because they retail at a fraction of genuine brands. Strong IPR is the cornerstone of developed economies. It provides businesses with the assurance needed to invest in innovation and product development. It attracts foreign direct investments. No multinational company will be willing to invest in a country where its products will be counterfeited. Foreign direct investments creates employment, skills transfer, etc. And we, as anti-counterfeit watchdog, are really trying hard to make sure we network with every organization that wants to work with the government, the consumers, the businesses, to make sure we curb this scourge of counterfeit products.
The unrestrained growth of the counterfeit products is an enormous drain on the Zimbabwean economy, as foreign currency is lost on poor quality merchandise that does not fit the intended purpose, especially products intended for commercial use. Until next time, do stay safe. I am Makanaka Masenyama. Thank you for watching Business Brief.